My name's Ursula Medley. I'm in Lang Bay off Phillips Road. I'm 10989 Dunlop Road. My studio is open by appointment anytime anybody wants to come. They can just call me or go on my website and get hold of me. I like people to come and see where I work. My art is part of my life. It's kind of seamless. Some people come here and they say, where do you sleep? Well, I do have a little bedroom off the studio, but I'm in my art process all the time. And so gardening and walking the dog on the beach or in the forest, it all feeds inspiration for my paintings. My dad was a painter, so I was interested in art from an early age. And his father and his grandfather were all painters. So I think it runs in my veins. I kind of put it under the rug until my first child was born when I was 26. I quit my job and was a stay-at-home mom and pulled out my dad's art box and started painting. So that was in 1969. In one way or another, whether it's painting for film sets or having a decorative painting business, which I did for 15 years in Vancouver, or painting theater sets or doing book illustrations. It's always been about painting. Even if I do sculptures like paper mache, it's the ultimate satisfaction and excitement is painting. I worked all over BC, in Whistler and Vancouver and Echo Valley Guest Ranch, whatever needed to be done, whether they wanted wooden curtain rods to look like steel or steel curtain rods to look like wood. There were tricks to do that. I realized that I'm not really cut out to just stand in one place all day. So I decided to do what works for me, which is doing things with my hands. So I decided that art would be the way to do it. It's a journey of trust, really. You just trust that if you keep doing it, it'll come back to you. I never got a regular paycheck, but I always got regular satisfaction. So my specialty these days is painting in oil, using old masters techniques and recipes, which I studied in Vancouver and in Seattle, and by going to Europe and looking at old masters' work in Italy and France. And I also love teaching, so I've been holding art workshops around the world for 15 years. And my son, Peter Gind, who is also an artist, he has been my assistant at these art classes. And I love teaching. I love teaching rank beginners or, old people, young people. I'm a real people observer. I love to see their nuances and their behaviors. And when I moved to Powell River, I met a lady who lives up the road from me, Lenora Satman, who is just a natural artist. She's a assemblage artist and a beadworker. And we met on the beach down here. And within a few days, she was modeling for me. So I did a series of paintings of Lenora, and they toured through several galleries in BC. And she still works with me, and we have a lot of fun.
Sometimes go out in plein air painting with Ursula. It's always an inspiration. She's my color consultant. I model for Ursula. That's one of the paintings Ursula did of me. I was tired and she says, just fine, go to sleep. So I just fell asleep with this on there.
My process is first I get the inspiration, whether it's in nature or with a person or a certain light on a subject. And then I either work right away from it on plein air. I've got this beautiful garden here that I've created, so I just set up my easel in the garden and work from nature. I would just encourage anyone who wants to try to paint to do it, because there's a lot of good teachers here in Powell River, and we share a lot of experience, and we love to share our process and our passion, so don't hold back. My work is shown at Turad Fine Arts in the Townsite Market and at Tugum Gallery in Lund. Online, I have a website, ursulamedley.ca.